So friends, today I am going to explain a movie that's based on true events and the concept of sleep paralysis. The movie's name is simply Sleep Paralysis. Now, this is not your typical ghost story with jump scares around every corner. This is a terrifying tale about a jinn, a demonic entity that preys on humans, a concept that is very real in many cultures. This jinn does unspeakable things to people and causes havoc wherever it goes. The concept is absolutely chilling, and I promise you are going to be on the edge of your seat. And trust me, the movie has an incredible twist in the mid-credit scene. So you absolutely under no circumstance should miss the ending. Alright, let's not waste any more time, let's get straight to the story. The story begins with a girl named Tanya. Tanya is a talented athlete, a tennis player, and at this moment she is in the middle of a rigorous practice session with her friend Nurul. Her coach is none other than her father, a man named Benny. Benny has been preparing his daughter for a major tournament in Jakarta, and his expectations are sky high. Tanya is playing quite well today, hitting every shot with power and precision. The practice ends, and she feels a rush of accomplishment. She looks at her father, expecting a word of praise, a small pat on the back, but Benny's face remains stoic. He simply tells her to work even harder. In that single moment, we realize that Benny does not see Tanya as his daughter, but only as a tool for his athletic ambitions. Later, Tanya goes to meet her boyfriend, Koki. He immediately starts to violate her frustration, telling her that her father does not appreciate her. He says that Benny only sees her as an athletic, not his child. Koki even criticizes her mother, claiming she is the same way. He tells Tanya that he is the only person who truly understands her and cares about her. But if we are being honest here, Koki is not a good person. He is an abusive and toxic boyfriend, constantly trying to manipulate Tanya and turn her against her family. He would whisper negative things in her ear, trying to isolate her from her own blood. We also learn that Tanya's mom is a social media influencer, which adds another layer of tension to their family dynamics. After her meeting with Koki, Tanya goes to her room where she meets her roommates and friends from the academy, Nurul, Leona and Silmi. Nurul seems upset and Tanya asks what's wrong. Her friends tell her that Nurul's ex-boyfriend, who cheated on her, is getting engaged. They try their best to console her and tell her to forget what happened. It's then that Silmi asks a chilling question. Has anyone here ever experienced sleep paralysis? The rooms fell silent and everyone says no. Tanya, intrigued, asks what exactly is that. Silmi, with a strange glint in her eyes, begins to explain. She tells them about a jinn named Bonio that loves to get intimate with people in their sleep. Basically, she is talking about a succubus or an incubus. These entities supposedly appear to people when they are in that vulnerable state between being awake and asleep. Silmi goes on to say that she can summon this jinn. Everyone laughs it off, thinking it's a joke, a fun horror story. But Tanya, who doesn't believe in such superstition, is curious enough to try it. Silmi then gives Tanya the instruction for the summoning ritual. Take a hand mirror, she says, and make sure only half of your face reflection is visible. Then say Bonio's name 3 times. Tanya does exactly that, holding the mirror up to her face just as she is about to say the name for the 3rd time. Leona jumps out from behind and scares her, making her drop the mirror. They all laugh, and Tanya thinks nothing of it. But that night, as they are all asleep, something terrible happens. The jinn actually appears in the hand mirror, and the mirror shatters into a million pieces. The sound jolts Tanya awake. A scene of dread washes over her. She goes to the bathroom, but just as she enters, Nurul begins to have a sleep paralysis attack. The bathroom lights flicker on and off. Tanya, still dazed, comes out but does not notice Nurul and goes back to sleep. But after she falls asleep, Nurul gets up and begins to sleepwalk. Tanya sees her and follows her. Nurul walks up to the top floor of their building. Tanya tries to stop her, but Nurul just points behind her. Tanya turns around, but there's nothing there. In that split second, Nurul jumps from the top floor and dies on the spot. The movie fast forwards to 7 days later. We see Tanya waking up from a nightmare, soaked in a sweat. She's been having recurring dreams about Nurul and they are tormenting her. We then meet Tanya's younger brother, Timo, who is listening to music on his headphones. Their mother, Samantha, calls out to him. We see that Samantha and Benny's relationship is strained, and they often fight about their children. Tanya sits with her brother, and Timo, who is very close to her, tries to comfort her. He tells her that everything will be okay, but if she does not fix her sleep cycle, her performance will be ruined. The scene shifts to Tanya's practice, where she is wearing a short skirt. Her toxic boyfriend Koki appears and tells her not to wear such clothes. He gives her a subtle threat, telling her to never wear such clothes again. Just then, her father Benny arrives and starts coaching her. We also get a glimpse into Samantha's world. She gets a Botox injection to hide her wrinkles and look younger. As a social media influencer, her entire self-worth is tied to her online image. After she posts a picture on Instagram, a group of teenagers sitting with the Timo start making rude comments about his mother. Timo, who suffers from asthma, overhears everything. It's clear that he is deeply affected by this. The next day, Tanya is practicing, but she can't focus. She has not slept properly in days. Just then, the Jinn appears in front of her. She is terrified, but it disappears in a flash. Her father sees her struggling and makes her sit down. He tells her she needs to be rest and that her priority should be her game, not her boyfriend. Tanya tries to sleep in her car, but she suffers another sleep paralysis attack. The Jinn's voice tells her to wake up. She fights it and manages to get out of the car. The next day, she is in the swimming pool, but the Jinn's presence pulls her underwater, trying to drown her. Tanya realizes that everything happening is real because she summoned the Jinn. At breakfast, Tanya sees finger marks on her neck in the mirror. She knows it's real. Timo asks her to drop him off, and on the way he confides in her. He tells her how humiliated he feels because of their mother and her online persona. He also reveals a shocking family secret. Their father Benny cheated on their mother when she was pregnant with Timo. This explains Samantha's desperate need to look good. She feels she was not good enough for her husband. That night, the Jinn appears again during a sleep paralysis attack and tries to get intimate with Tanya. Later, she asks Koki if he believes in sleep paralysis. He laughs it off as a superstition. But when he sees the marks on her neck, he does not believe her. He accuses her of cheating and slaps her. In a twisted moment, he starts hitting himself, and Tanya, feeling guilty, hugs him. It's clear their relationship is a toxic. The Jinn's power begins to corrupt Tanya. During a tennis match, she loses control and gets into a heated fight with Leona. Leona tells her to stay away from Koki, saying he is bad for her career and her life, just like Nurul's ex was bad for her. Tanya snaps and starts strangling Leona. She only stops when she sees the Jinn. Later, Leona, while in her car, suffers a sleep paralysis attack and is killed by the Jinn. The Jinn is slowly killing everyone in Tanya's life to isolate her. Tanya gets a message that Silmi has died. The Jinn is picking them off one by one. Tanya's family life spirals out of control. Her parents have a huge fight and her mother slaps Timo. In a moment of rage, Timo tells his parents that their family is broken because of their father's cheating. Tanya, overwhelmed by all the chaos, screams, "I wish you were all gone." That night, Timo, who was asthma, has a fatal attack. He reaches for his inhaler, but the Jinn pulls him away and kills him. His death is a direct result of Tanya's wish. Soon after, Tanya's mother also dies during a skin treatment. Tanya realizes that the Jinn is fulfilling her words. It's killing everyone she wished to be gone. She understands the Jinn only attacks in the sleep paralysis state, and she knows she has to stop her father from falling asleep to save him. She goes to her father, who is heartbroken over the deaths. He tells her he wants to sleep so he can see his wife and son in his dreams. He tries to take sleeping pills, but Tanya throws them away. She begs him to stay awake, telling him that if she loses him, she will have no one left. He promises her he won't sleep. Tanya then rushes to save Koki, but she is too late. The Jinn has already made Koki grind his hands in a mixer. On the way, Tanya gets into a car accident. In the hospital, Tanya wakes up and sees that both her father and Koki are there. Her father had fallen asleep and was in a sleep paralysis state, and Koki was being treated for his injuries. Tanya's teacher Lisa arrives and tells her about the dark presence she felt around her. Risha tells Tanya that she must fight the Jinn herself. The Jinn kills at 3:15 am. Risha helps Tanya enter the sleep paralysis dimension to fight the Jinn. Tanya finds her father and Koki, bound and hanging upside down. The Jinn appears ready to attack. Tanya remembers Risha's word about having faith. She begins to recite Ayatul Kursi. The prayer weakens the Jinn, and with every word, the Jinn's power fades until it is defeated. Tanya wakes up in the real world. She has saved her father, but Koki's life could not be saved. In the end, Tanya wins her tournament and decided her victory to everyone she lost. But the story does not end there. The Jinn was not destroyed. It was only detached from Tanya. The movie ends with a mid-credit scene showing a girl who is jealous of Tanya's success. She thinks Tanya's achievements were because she summoned the Jinn. Unaware of the consequences, she performs the ritual. The Jinn, the incubus, appears behind her. And we know that the cycle of horror is about to begin again. So that was the story. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much.